and gentlemen, welcome to the Anniversary Wres11eBration Day 2. I am the Sentinel.
And I am Abizzle.
And we have got ourselves an incredible 3 days ahead of us here on February 2nd, 3rd, and 4th as we celebrate 11 years of CIW. Not consecutive running, but we're still here, we're still standing, and we are making an impression here on the eFed Wrestling world, even 11 years deep.
Hell yeah.
And here comes Dave Chappelle, someone who was there from the beginning. Now this matchup, AB, Dave Chappelle, as you know, back in 2014, formed a faction with the fake Slim Shady, Fady. Do you remember this man?
Fady?
Fady.
Yeah.
Fady was Dave Chappelle's tag team partner as part of Salt and Pepper for 10 years. They even had this guy, James Marks, kind of manage them for a little bit. Eventually, James Marks lured Fady into joining the Detroit Manifesto, and Dave Chappelle won that feud with a little help from Smoke, who we'll see a little bit later tonight.
Yep.
Then at the Revelation pre-show, in unaired footage until this Wres11eBration pre-show, Dave Chappelle was assaulted by the real Eminem, who was pissed off at Dave for teaming up with an imposter for so many years when not once did his cell phone ring asking the real one to come through. Not once. So Eminem got real pissed at that, came in and laid a whooping onto Dave Chappelle, who had just come to watch at the Wres11eBration pre-show, and now we have this match on the opening match of our biggest show of the year, Day 2. Who you got, AB? And I heard you talk to Eminem yourself before this match started.
Yeah, man, I talked to both of them, and they all got equal size. It's a real fence sitter for this one, man. It's a real fence sitter.
Yeah, well, you know, you never know. And I really don't, I don't blame Eminem, truthfully. I mean, to have somebody be an imposter and one of the guys that is considered one of your friends, and Dave, basically just not even call. You don't call, you don't write, you only call when you ask for money, and I don't blame Eminem for being a little pissed about that. However, there's no reason to assault a guy like Dave Chappelle when he's just being a fan of the program.
And see, granted, do we know that Chappelle knows that was the fake Eminem and Fady?
I have no idea. I genuinely, but you know what? Dave Chappelle is not a stupid guy. You have to imagine, with this guy, especially now that the real Eminem has come and assaulted him, he has to be able to see the difference.
Oh, yeah. I mean, but granted, for a while there, I thought Fady was shady, so now I'm over here sitting like dated.
Yeah, well, you know what clued me in that the fake Slim Shady was in fact fake is when he got completely owned by John Cena at that Wres11eBration, I think 7. Here we go.
Yeah. And
I think it was an Iron Man match that John won like 4-1, and a low blow from Eminem to start the matchup. And referee Jonah Hill already having to cuss out Eminem for some underhanded tactics. But you know as well as I do, AB, when Eminem gets invested in some battle, he sees it all the way through.
Yeah, man.
And
look at this, bro. Look at twisting the back, twisting the arm, pushing the back.
And a big bulldog. A big bulldog. And AB, I heard that Corleone has instructed you on some prizes for this matchup.
Yes, sirree, Bob. If Eminem wins, we get a disc set of all his albums. Every single one, even the shitty ones.
Well, you know what? That's not even really the worst thing in the world. And I like CDs. I'd like to still use CDs if there was more CD players that were feasibly usable.
Yep. And if Dave Chappelle wins, we get all of his movies, even the shitty ones.
And that's relatively tolerable as well. I mean, there's nothing that he's been in that has been so egregiously bad that I would not want to watch it. Oh, and a nice over-the-top suplex there. Take a drink or a scoop of ice cream.
Sir.
As we are celebrating 11 years running, we have a huge card lined up just tonight, culminating in the Women's Championship matchup between Padme Amidala, the champ, who won it at Revelation against Wonder Woman. Wonder Woman going for her payback, her rematch clause match here tonight. And the special clause that Michael Corleone laid down, AB, factions cannot get involved. So if you have wrestled already or you're wrestling, another over-the-top suplex, take a drink. One of them was Northern Lights, that one was not. But there is the edict laid down. If any faction member gets involved on any night beyond the match you're on, fired. Instantly. Fired.
Done.
And another low blow from Eminem.
That's in the message.
Who is clearly not afraid to go cutthroat, as evidenced by a good number of his battle shot albums. as he is known as one of the best battle rappers of all time. An argument that I cannot really dispute. And now a 5-knuckle shuffle.
Yeah.
And the now this matchup, of course, that big "My Name Is," as Eminem calls it. He calls it the Rap God now, so I've been told. And Dave Chappelle, I got a chance to talk to Dave, and I said, did you know back in the day? And he just kind of refused to answer the question. You know how he just kind of stares at you and then hits the microphone on his knee when he's laughing?
Yes.
That's all he did. That's all he did, and he wouldn't give me a straight answer, so I have no idea. I don't know what that means. And now just chops, as Eminem has really maintained firm control of this matchup to start out, AB.
Chops diggity, man. They're going in, no diggity.
Absolutely. We have a huge 6-man tag elimination chamber match later on tonight. Cold Rain and Souls against Noob-Smoke and Scorpion.
Uh-oh.
And then, of course, the big battle of the Hitman Agent 47 versus John Wick with a special referee. I'm going to leave it up to y'all to see it show up later on, because that match will be next. Referee Jonah Hill is going to have his hands full keeping a hold of track of all of that here tonight.
Dude, I'm ready for it. I'm ready to see a SmackDown. Hold out. It's time. It's Wres11eBration.
And oh, what a hurricanrana from Dave!
Wres11eBration.
As Dave, that's right, and that's the kind of hype and excitement that we have come to expect, love, and enjoy here in CIW. As AB, you've got a matchup tomorrow night against Jack Black, which I'm not sure how you negotiated Mike to let you bring Captain Planet and Jack Black to bring Eclipse for that matchup, but this whole thing with you and Mike ever since you fought out your issues has been a one weird negotiation forum on Discord.
Everything's got a price tag, and everybody's got a price, and, you know, sometimes you got to figure out the price that somebody has.
Well, it's really nuts to think that Mike is... Hey, but, you know, Mike has been in a really good mood since he's taken back control. He's really stabilized things. He had a great win last night against Batman, the man who broke his leg.
Yep.
And DC, and that was kind of... And the overall point I was making with the edict of Corleone that he laid down means that Wonder Woman cannot get any member of DC to help her here tonight. She has to do it alone against Padme, who, oh God, and now just Eminem just beating the hell out of Dave Chappelle.
Whoa.
With those big punches, as Jonah Hill really shouldn't get in the way of these two guys striking it out right here tonight.
Facts, but if he gets hurt, y'all need to like and subscribe so he has insurance.
Oh, springboard! Oh, what a springboard! And Eminem just ducked the moonsault, but as Abizzle was saying, hashtag save a referee today. Like, share, subscribe, comment, hit that bell button. Dave Chappelle with a cover. Could be over here. 1, 2, 3. Only 2. Eminem kicks out in the nick of time.
Not afraid.
Yeah, he's definitely not afraid. And I know Eminem, or Dave Chappelle likes listening to Eminem, and Eminem likes watching Dave Chappelle specials.
Yep.
But it's what makes this rivalry, or at least this fight between these two different individuals so intriguing, is that they are friends, but it's kind of out of betrayal, I think, that Eminem feels that Dave Chappelle, with teaming with this fake... But that also begs the question, where did this fake Slim Shady come from to begin with?
Yeah.
But that is a Jack 6 hire and a Jack 7 hire, and he got his a week ago. But, and no, on a big bulldog. As Eminem has really taken the fight to Dave Chappelle here in this matchup, AB.
Punching down, stringing down, trying to get a beat down.
Yeah, well, which one of these would you prefer? Like, would you prefer the Eminem albums? Because I know you've heard most of his stuff. Or would you prefer the Dave Chappelle movies, which I know you've seen most of his stuff?
Yeah, man, it's like it's a really hard call. It's a real fence sitter. You know?
Well, that's what. Oh, wait a second. Oh, and there it is, the Rap God, and he just landed the Rap God right down onto Dave Chappelle, and that could be it.
Yeah. Oh, if he goes for the cover, it's over. But it's
and Dave Chappelle just comes right back up. Dave Chappelle, a very resilient wrestler, the master of the Chappelle lock. We've seen beat his Eminem's predecessor, Fady.
Yeah.
As these two guys are still continuing to go at it here at this opening matchup of the Wres11eBration Day 2 of 4.
Ooh.
And a big backbreaker from Dave Chappelle.
Oh.
As this is and the money line, so I've heard, was basically a pick-em on this night. As we are not currently available on DraftKings, but you give us some time, ladies and gentlemen, and you may see some things happen. As Michael Corleone's got a lot of prospects coming up. You know, it's a very exciting time to be a part of CIW, and a big body slam there from Dave Chappelle. You know, it doesn't just end here at the WrestleBration. There's a reason the tagline is where the end is only the beginning. As 2025 looks to be our best year ever, of course, you can be there along for the ride. But right now, Eminem is... Oh, and what a German to a bridge pin. 1, 2, 3. Only 2. Eminem barely kicks out, but Dave Chappelle nearly caught it.
That was a close one. Look at that. The comeback. The reversal.
Yeah, Dave Chappelle starting to gain some serious momentum after that rap god.
Oh, man. Look at these guys going at it.
As this is already... It's a personal feud against two friends. And what will this mean? I mean, if Eminem does beat Dave Chappelle, then the real Eminem is going to have a great start to a future career in CIW, has signed at least a 1-year contract here with CIW.
Yes.
And a big back suplex.
Wow.
As Eminem, I mean, he gave me a pretty bad cussing out when I talked to Eminem, going like, why did you hire a fake dude? Cover from Eminem, 1, 2, and only 2. Dave Chappelle lives on.
These guys are going back and forth. They really want it. Somebody's going to give, but who's it going to be?
Oh, I don't know, man. This has been, you know, you can't really judge these two based on their previous matches because these aren't the same guys.
Oh.
You know, so and again, another cover from Eminem. 1, 2, 3, only 2, and now you're starting to sense a little bit of desperation there from Eminem with quick covers.
Wow, they're moving.
There they are, and now a counter chop from Dave Chappelle. Counter from Eminem. Counter from Dave Chappelle.
Reversal.
And a big headlock as Dave trying to slow this down and regain a little momentum.
Look at the fire in their eyes.
Yeah, it is. Well, you can see the passion here as Eminem trying to prove what his name is. As and it's the real Slim Shady, who has in fact stood up. And no one can deny that Eminem has stood up here after that assault. But again, why couldn't he have just come and just challenged Dave Chappelle without bashing his head into the garbage bin?
Yeah. My question is, where's Fady at?
And Fady, well, Fady, he may be off with James Marks, off doing whatever Detroit Manifesto's situation goes along with that. But another rap god, another big rap god, and that might do it for Dave. Center of the ring, cover from Eminem. 1, 2, 3.
Oh.
And what a point made by the real Slim Shady. He is standing so far up. He is seeing the tippity top of the mountain here to open up our WrestleBration. Your thoughts, AB?
Holy calzone, man. I did not see that one coming. But they started going down, and there we have it. He just did the darn thing.
Well,
My God.
Eminem was quick right out of the gate, taking the fight to Dave Chappelle, and Chappelle fought back to his credit. But not 1, but 2 rap gods will be enough to put down a man who is as mighty as Dave Chappelle, as Teflon as Dave Chappelle. But Eminem, when he goes to battle, he battles all the way. He pulls no punches. Your winner, Eminem, here to start off the WrestleBration Day 2. But now we get the Battle of the Hitmen.
Oh, shoot.
Snap. We have a special referee in Bret the Hitman Hart. The Hitman himself is going to officiate the battle between these two. Now, AB, this match was born out of the major Shades of Black implosion that began really a couple of years ago after a triple threat was had between Agent 47, Neo, and Riddick at the beginning of 2023. We'll get into more detail about that in the Neo versus Riddick match on Day 4 of the WrestleBration, which will open up Day 4 of the WrestleBration, I might add.
Yeah.
But as that implosion happened and was recognized and really exacerbated in the fatal attrition match at No Man's Land, Neo and Riddick had a match at Autumn Asylum 2024 to basically start hashing this out. Of course, the bitter and the resentment between these people, the dispute over leadership. But then Neo asked Agent 47 to go up to Rochester for a business proposition that Agent 47 was interested in a long time ago. It was just a ruse to get John Wick, the new hitman, in the building and form the Keanu connection. Then Agent 47 and Riddick beat John Wick and Neo for the intellectual property of the Shades of Black. So here comes Agent 47 in this battle of the hitmen who has challenged John Wick. And there can only be one hitman, and there's no better person to officiate this than the hitman himself, although Mike didn't tell Bret that he wasn't wrestling. He just Colonial said he needed Bret for the Wres11eBration. Bret thought he was wrestling, so he brought his ring gear to officiate, and we had to tell him earlier, like, no, you're just refereeing. So he's a little disappointed. So if Bret's not in the greatest mood, don't blame him. He just tends to be bitter occasionally. But hey, we didn't ask him to wrestle Bill Goldberg. But it makes me wonder if the Baldwin Association of Agent 47 might trigger some shit in Bret.
All I know is Bret's heartbroken.
Well, Bret is a guy who is repeatedly heartbroken and disappointed by people around him. Just ask him if you're confused about it. But regardless, we are thankful very greatly for Bret to be here, even though I have beaten him on this program twice when I was really into myself, a lot more than I am now, but when I was really into the smell of my own farts in the first time last year. But Bret Hart has had an illustrious history here in CIW and here to officiate, and the crowd still goes wild for Bret, and that's why we love it.
Oh, yeah.
So we've got the Battle of the Hitmen with the official also being the Hitman. Who you got, AB?
Man, I got the Hitman. That's who I got.
Yes, this is very reminiscent to the Let's Go Adam debacle of 2022. But that's something only a few niche people who watch a very terrible company would know. But that's not this company. This company's CIW. And now, I was told, and maybe I'm wrong about this, but I heard that we get those chalky heart candies because Bret's the referee if either of these guys win.
Yes, we do.
Is that basically our prize here? So this is,
yes.
All right, so enjoy those chalky hearts. And Agent 47 starting off hot here against John Wick. And, of course, John Wick, this is John Wick's first singles match. His only other match was that tag team match where Neo was pinned. So we're not really sure exactly what John Wick is fully blown capable of in the ring one-on-one here in CIW. This is our first taste of it. Right now, just a series of counters.
I'm just ready to see some moves, just like that.
Yeah, like a big power slam right there. And then the strength of John Wick. The strength of any Keanu is always a formidable asset.
Yes, I haven't had a fight, but I've interviewed many of them, and we've hung out. And it's,
well, no. Let's rephrase that and be real. You hung out with Black Cat while they were there because you wanted to hang out with Black Cat, who is incidentally also having some sort of polyamorous love triangle with the Keanu connection. That's all I know about it, and I cannot speak any more about it thanks to what Mike made me sign.
Yes, he made you sign those suggestive papers, and also in other events, we've hung out, but the Keanus were always told to stay outside. And they always would stay outside.
Well, yeah, but you knew that they were still watching. They have so much surveillance in that room. They have to. They say like they were seeing everything that was going on, so they weren't threatened at all by you being alone with Black Cat.
Oh yeah, no, it was a great time. We'd always have passing conversations. I've only had passing conversations with these guys, like when I'm in there and when I'm.
And wait a second, silencer instantly.
Oh.
Right out of the gate, as John Wick was just gaining the advantage, and now is just taking the fight to Agent 47, as Bret is somewhat giving John Wick the business. But right now, it has been fully blown in the corner of John Wick.
Dress to invest.
Well,
Mr. Bret.
Well, they both are very sharply dressed wrestlers. They actually look more like officials than Bret does. Bret looks the most like a wrestler in this whole matchup. But that doesn't bother John Wick at all. I mean, they're assassins. They can't be in flashy pink gear when they do their job.
Yeah, they stick out like a pink flamingo.
Yeah, that wouldn't be too advantageous unless you were doing some sort of flamingo undercover task. But, I don't know what kind of undercover work John Wick does. I think he's just, to my knowledge, just John Wick. Man with wronged dog. And just punches to the faces. John Wick has been absolutely relentless with these punches to Agent 47. He's just taking the fight, strike after strike after strike, to Agent 47.
Punch to head.
And now the count up to 5. Come on, John. You can't just let this be a victory on a count out, but he tried. But now, oh no, wait a second. And another silencer. And that might do it in maybe one of the most one-sided matches I have ever seen. Cover from John Wick. 1, 2, 3. Damn.
Oh, wow.
Damn. As Bret Hart, not paid by the hour apparently, as John Wick makes quick work, lightning quick work of Agent 47 in a matchup I did not expect to see end as quickly as it started. Your thoughts, AB?
I just can't believe it. Agent 47 even really get a hit in?
He had a couple reversals, but I don't really know if he did anything of consequence. As John Wick making a statement here tonight and proving you don't need to talk about his dog to piss him off to the level that he will beat your ass. Your winner, John Wick, in an impressive matchup. I just wish the tactics were better by these associates, but here we go. It's ninja time.
Ninja time.
Now, this is an elimination chamber. We don't have many of these often, and folks, you're going to find out why, I think. It's a tornado 6-man tag. Cold Rain and Souls against Noob-Smoke and Scorpion.
My ninjas.
Now, I've got a list. Out of mercy, as we've got a list. Dave Chappelle and Smoke at the Brawlbarbecue faced Rain and Souls. That's when Smoke first had his interaction with these guys, as Smoke was disappointed that Ermac sold out to join Sub-Zero and Rain. Rain and Souls disqualified themselves. Then at Hollow Wrestling 2 last year, Cold Rain and Souls against Smoke, Dave Chappelle, and Freddy. Freddy Krueger got assaulted by Small, Wang, Liu Kang before the matchup. So then Scorpion immediately filled in, and they won the match. Did Dave Chappelle, Smoke, and Scorpion. Yep. Then in a one-on-one match with Scorpion, Sub-Zero won at thanks grappling to the Ermac, this guy's interference, who has 2 kids, Irmo and Elmac at home, and quote-unquote wife, Elmo. Right. Scorpion won the cage match subsequently that he and Sub-Zero had at Revelation. Meanwhile, we already talked about Dave Chappelle being assaulted by Eminem on the Revelation pre-show. As a result, on Revelation, because that match was supposed to be Smoke and Dave Chappelle versus Rain and Souls in the Elimination Tornado Tag, instead, Smoke brought in Noob-Smoke, who came back for the first time after losing at the Wrestle-Bration 10 in that 7 Circles of Hell match with Sub-Zero. And those two won that match against Rain and Souls quite convincingly, which has led us to this: a 6-man Elimination Chamber Tornado Tag match. Ninjas on ninjas. A lore as that's a wovenly thick tapestry, and we're not even talking, AB, about the individual feuds between Sub-Zero and Noob-Smoke, which could take us days, which spawned to the relaunch Wrestle-Bration at Wrestle-Bration 6. Yep. These two have been fighting for a long time. So this is how this is working. The first 4 of people that you are seeing are going into the chamber pots. The final 2 will be the first 2 participants in the matchup, as we have to kind of construct the elimination chamber around the participants. It's a pretty hefty structure, and you probably saw, ladies and gentlemen, we had a different title because we are in a different arena, because there's only one place we can put this elimination chamber, and Mike does not want to move it. And I don't blame him. It's heavy.
It's heavy.
And it costs money to hire truckers to deconstruct it and reconstruct it. So that is just the situation at hand. But AB, I know you've talked to all 6 of these guys individually. Over the course of this match, I'm going to want to hear what you said to all of them. Here comes Smoke.
Ninja told very different things.
Yeah, well, each one has definitely had to have been a very uniquely different experience. As these 6 guys have, I mean, let alone all of their fighting in the games, have been at each other's throats in CIW basically from the start. And here
I'll
they
tell
are.
you one thing.
No, go ahead.
Scream. They all screamed in their interview. They screamed that they were the best.
Of course, they love screaming, and I love screaming. But I do love how Smoke has really kind of embraced his personality a little bit more instead of just screaming directly, coldly into the camera. You know, it's been nice to see that he's giving the fans a little bit of love, and they're giving him a little bit of love back. And that's just the effect that Dave Chappelle had on this guy.
Yep.
And it's
all the smoke.
Yes, and all the smoke that definitely helps. As Smoke is always welcome here in CIW, and now here comes the fourth man, Noob-Smoke, which means Rain and Scorpion are going to be the first two coming out. Now, what's going to happen here is that there's going to be intervals where one member will come out, and then another member will come out, and then a third member will come out, and then a fourth member will come out at intermittent times. It's not 5 minutes. It's at the discretion of the lighting crew. No, but it is at relatively timed intervals, roughly 60 to 90 seconds, and it'll be from one team, and then the other team, and then one team, and then the other team. And I have not been told by Mike who won the coin toss to get the advantage in this six-man elimination chamber. So it is going to be very interesting to see, very interesting to hear the opinions of all of these ninjas, and really interesting to hear what the prize is going to be for what these teams are going to win and what we're going to win if they win. And I know he's told you, AB, break it down.
All right, well, I'm going to need your help here. So why don't you name the ninja, and then I will tell you what they told me, and then what our reward is.
Okay, so let's start with this guy, who is going to be the first participant for Cold Rain and Souls, Rain.
Man, Rain was a nut, dude. His place is covered in grapes and wine. It's really interesting. You think Rain, like Purple Rain. That's what I've connected this man with.
You know, it explains why I've heard Prince a lot in the backstage of the locker room.
That's him, man.
That's
He's
him.
in
That makes sense.
He said, I'm the most fantastic ninja, and all these other ninjas will never match up to me. So, therefore, he is just very much into himself and very much into just being fantastic.
Well, and that's the attitude that Sub-Zero and Ermac have rubbed off on him, clearly. And that's been something he's done ever since he made his presence here in CIW, as this six-man tag elimination chamber is going to get underway once Scorpion gets into the ring. And let's go to the other side of the fence. Scorpion, who always thrives at a fight against Sub-Zero, at least thirsts at it. With the 1-1, of course, the count-out victory that Ermac cost him, and then beating Sub-Zero relatively convincingly in that steel cage. Scorpion here, ready to go. I am not afraid to be caged. That's just the way I like it. What was Scorpion's perspective going into this matchup, who I heard volunteered to go first?
Yeah, Scorpion was bringing the heat. I walked into his locker room. He was doing push-ups, doing pull-ups, going in. He's like, my body heat must be hot. Hot like the fire that burns in my soul to defeat and desire all these other ninjas that can never be me.
That's right.
That's his take on things. He's just really into himself and really wanting to bring the rage.
Well, and that's really Scorpion, and Scorpion relatively synonymous with the Mortal Kombat franchise as well. You know, and he knows his worth in that respect. You know, it's unlike Mario, who has gone completely power crazy with it. You know, Scorpion is respectful of what brought him to the dance. Of course, we saw Mario beat Luigi with a chair shot while the referee was down last night. In the most disappointing, saddest turn of events I've seen in CIW in a long time. But this is a different fight. Here we go.
Here we go.
And for the safety of Jonah Hill, we have allowed him to count from the outside of the chamber.
For now.
No, for the whole matchup. He is safe. He is safe. We're not letting him, but folks, you still need to like, share, and subscribe, and comment, and hit that bell button to all, because that doesn't mean that's going to be the same for the main event. Cover from Scorpion 2, and only 2, and imagine going up by 1 that early in this matchup.
Yeah.
As now just a counter here as this six-man tag. Who you got in this, Cold Rain and Souls, or the three-man team of Noob-Smoke and Scorpion?
It's a hard call, man. It's a very hard call. Like, all these guys had their very heart set on winning this match. So.
Well, and the difficulty is Sub-Zero and Cold Rain and Souls have really been on something of a losing streak of late. having lost to Noob-Smoke and Scorpion at Revelation. Oh, and went too far, did Scorpion, and missed Rain, and that was a hard landing. Elbow drop, miss, and you're going to see a lot of CIW 30% or less in this matchup, and it looks like Cold Rain and Souls have the advantage as in comes Ermac.
Yeah, Ermac, man, he was just bringing in mad heat. He was trying to rap at me the whole time. Look at him go.
Well, and you know, the father of Ermo and Elmac, you know, he's got kids at home that he's thinking about, and that takes up a lot of his time, and it makes him really stress out. And he is not aiming any of these high-risk maneuvers correctly at all.
Oh, he's a loose cannon, man. That guy is a loose cannon.
Well, and you know, the chamber changes you. You know, this cell structure, it's an intimidating proposition, and anyone can get really jittery or go for risks that they normally wouldn't in the sake of winning a match of this caliber, as evidenced by Rain accidentally just hitting Ermac.
Yep. Guys are loose, man. Unhinged.
Yeah, this is an unhinged style of matchup. And here comes Smoke to come and help Scorpion here in this matchup. Smoke and Scorpion not necessarily the best of friends, but they are definitely, you know, Scorpion came in clutch at Hollow Wrestling, and now again crawling up to the top of the chamber pod was Ermac, but unsuccessful there. Spear into the corner from Smoke, and the more ninjas get in this ring, the harder it's going to be to keep track of all this. What did Smoke say to you?
Smoke, we couldn't understand anything because we both were coughing so much throughout the entirety.
That makes sense. That definitely makes sense.
It was very hard to understand anything that was going on there, man. But, you know, in amongst all the coughing and my eyes, I couldn't see, he said, I win. And
then he sounded like he was really in it for himself. And that was, you know, I'm sensing a theme here from some of these ninjas. Like, these are alliances, but they're alliances.
Oh, yeah. They're just like, I'm the best, I will win.
Yeah. Oh, and here comes Sub-Zero, a man who exemplifies that exact notion. Former Siege champions. Both Sub-Zero and Smoke are both former Siege champions, as is Noob Saibot. And Saibot and Sub-Zero with that insane 7 Circles of Hell match last year. Can't believe they are once again at odds with each other, but a little different context this time, rather than their regular multi-stipulation matchups that we've seen in years previous.
Yeah. So I did my interview with old Sub-Zero. I brought 2 coats. I was still cold as hell. But, you know, we did what we had to do.
Did he try to pawn off yet another deep freezer to you that takes your deep freezer, that puts your other deep freezer in a deep freezer? Because I heard he was going to do that.
Yeah, but this is a Sub-Zero edition, so it's different.
So it's very fragile at the neck portion of it?
It's really, really cold.
Yeah,
like
I believe it. And here comes Saibot, and now all 6 ninjas in the ring, and oh, God! As Rain was just tossed from the top of that chamber pod. Ermac went to elbow from the top and missed. That had to have hurt. As we are going to be seeing a lot of botches here in this matchup. Cover 1, only 1 from Scorpion, and now is in 6-man elimination match. The last team standing wins.
Oh, yeah. So then, you know, Sub-Zero said, like, I'm the ice, I'm the chill, I'm hard, I will be the winner of this.
I am hard is a little concerning to say, but okay.
Yeah, right? That's what I thought, too, but he was all about it. So
I'm not surprised he tried to softball it in like that, though.
Yeah, right?
And now goes Saibot.
Yeah.
And oh, wait a second. High angle crab. We've got the deep freeze crab. It's on to Ermac. Cover 1, 2. It's on the Scorpion. 2 on Smoke. And could this be it for Scorpion, who is in the deep freeze crab?
He's screaming, I hear it.
And Noob Saibot was, or I'm sorry, Rain was just sitting at the, clinging on to the chamber side.
Amazing.
As this matchup is just, there's so much going on. People are missing high-risk maneuvers left and right, some of which are connecting like that elbow drop. Cover from Ermac on the Scorpion 1, Sub-Zero breaks it up.
Well. So, yeah, I talked to Noob Saibot. He was all like, you know, man, whatever happens.
Ermac's elbow.
Whoa.
But continue. You were saying about Noob Saibot?
He said he was happy to be there, and then he said, but I think I'm going to win.
Oh, God. Oh, no. Another Ermac's elbow.
Wow.
A cover, and now a cover onto Rain. 2, 3. Rain got eliminated by Smoke.
Wow.
And now it is 3-2. And thank God Smoke was there to run interference. Oh, cover one. And Smoke ran interference after 2 Ermac elbows on the Scorpion.
Not having it today.
But right now, the team of Noob, Smoke, and Scorpion with a 3-2 advantage on the Cold Rain and Souls as they strike first. Oh, the
Cold strike.
And now, oh, wait a second. Now another deep freeze crab, this time to Smoke. And Scorpion not looking good at all.
Oh, man.
And so now that we've gotten through what you've said to all these guys, what are our prizes for these matchups?
Oh, man. Oh, Rain, we get Purple Rain album. Actually, the same album you've been listening to in the hallways.
Well, it would be the whole thing. So you're saying we get a Purple Rain album for the entirety of the team of Cold Rain and Souls?
No, the Cold's going to be a snowball. I don't know how, but it stays perfectly.
Just a perma
melted.
snowball? Okay. That's cool, I guess.
And, God, who's the other guy in there?
And that's Ermac. And I heard, yeah, he has many souls, and he also has kids. And
yeah, he didn't offer me any freaking.
That's actually understandable. That dude's trying to save money.
So I'm like, okay, well, there's nothing.
Oh no, and Scorpion's busted open.
Oh, he's busted open. Jesus, man. So yeah, he's a little bit of a stingy dingy, but I get it. He got kicked.
Cover from Sub-Zero onto Scorpion 2. And only 2. Scorpion barely kicks out, but he's bleeding a lot.
Yeah, and then the other guys, they just had a big can of Fireball. I don't want it. I don't want it.
Like an oil drum barrel's amount of Fireball.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't drink that anymore. It's my body can't tolerate that.
Oh, donate it to the kids. I don't want it.
Donate it to the college kids. And a low blow from Sub-Zero. And could Sub-Zero win on that? 2 and only 2.
Wow.
As both Smoke and Noob Saibot just paused in midair, waiting for the resolution of that instead of going to help.
Good Lord.
But the advantage is still Noob, Smoke, and Scorpion. And the pinfalls, as we've seen, can come from anywhere. Oh, and now a big suplex out of the ring onto that steel by Sub-Zero. Cover 1, 2, 3! As Scorpion is eliminated by Sub-Zero, and now immediately went to go for another deep freeze crab onto Noob Saibot, but Saibot kicks out of it.
Look at the elimination around this nation.
Well, now we've got a tie ball game, AB. It is Noob-Smoke versus Ermac and Sub-Zero, and another low blow from Ermac, but Ermac not looking good.
About sending a message.
It sure is in a hellacious, chaotic Elimination Chamber match with these 6 ninjas. A oil drum of Fireball, and then a snowball, and nothing from Ermac, and the Purple Rain album on the line for us. But these ninjas have been fighting each other since time itself. It has come to this kind of brutality here where they require a cage of this caliber. Elbow drop and nails Sub-Zero right in the skull.
Wow.
Oh, smoke screen onto Sub-Zero. That could do it, but Ermac right there to protect his boy.
Oh, wow.
And a smart move from Ermac.
What fresh mayhem is this?
Yeah, it is certainly fresh mayhem, AB. And we've got our main event women's championship next up, folks. If you're just joining us, we saw the real Slim Shady take down Dave Chappelle in the opening matchup, and we saw John Wick completely dominate Agent 47. And now this Ninja 6-man tag elimination chamber here on day 2 of the Wrestle-Bration. Huge matchups coming up tomorrow. The tag team championships, DC versus the Greasy Green Gigolos. If the Gigolos lose, they will be banned from competing for the tag titles for 4 years. Deep freeze crab onto Smoke.
Big time.
We've got some major things, of course, on day 4, the main event, the title unification between Symbiote Spider-Man and the Joker. Cover onto Smoke 1, 2, 3. As Sub-Zero off the deep freeze crab pinned Smoke, and now the tables have turned, and Noob Saibot is in a bad way here as he is going to get another Ermac elbow coming down. Sub-Zero celebrating like crazy But Ermac is exhausted. He's taking a lot of punishment, AB. But that's not going to stop Sub-Zero from the cover. 2, 3, and Cold Rain and Souls pull off the Elimination Chamber victory.
Hey, I love the snowball, man. It's sick.
Well, I must say, I never liked their tactics. They're always slimy. They always need each other to win. But when it came down to it, they lost their man first. And Ermac and Sub-Zero fought back and won it against these individuals. That is respectable from Cold Rain and Souls here at the Wrestle-Bration. When it came to the match that mattered the most, Cold Rain and Souls rose to the occasion. Or maybe froze to the occasion.
Oh, yeah. Big moves were made today.
And
good job.
Big moves were made today, and I don't know what this means for Noob-Smoke and Scorpion, but a surprising but good win nonetheless. And now it is main event time. Can I get a ladies in the chat? It is Padme Amidala, the champion, going up against Wonder Woman here in this main event of day 2. This matchup was born from, well, originally when Wonder Woman won the CIW Women's Championship from Una at the Wrestle-Bration 10.
Yep.
We found out shortly thereafter that Wonder Woman was going to join DC, and did, and retain her title with the help of DC on a number of occasions. And meanwhile, all while that was going on, Padme Amidala was in a blood feud with Natalie Portman of the Natalie World Order. Basically beat Natalie Portman to the point where she's left CIW. Then won match after match after match, won a feud with Lara Croft, won a series of triple threats, and finally earned the opportunity to wrestle Wonder Woman at Revelation, and won convincingly.
Yes, sir.
And here comes the rematch clause initiated by Wonder Woman. And just as a reminder, AB, Michael Corleone's edict means no faction interference or you are insta-fired, which means no members of DC can interfere in this match with Wonder Woman. She's got to do it on her own. Here comes the champ. Who you got?
Oh, man, you know, I got to go with the one that's not running with those slimy, stinking, nasty DC fools. Of course.
Yeah, you definitely still have a grudge against DC, and of course, in a match that you teamed up with The Rock with that I know you cannot talk about, you once again lost to Batman and Aquaman, but The Rock was the one who got pinned, not you. So it wasn't your fault. Even though he wants to make it your fault by making you sign an NDA, I know it wasn't your fault.
Yep, that's why I'm not signing the NDA. That's exactly why.
That's right. You just have it on your desk. It's been just sitting there on your desk for the last 3 months. And here comes, that's what it's all about, folks, as referee Jonah Hill holding up the belt, and it is on. As Wonder Woman, very pissed. As you can tell, she is very pissed she lost her belt. The height and weight advantage going to Wonder Woman, but Padme proved that wasn't necessary. This match is going to be a very intense matchup, as Wonder Woman has even more of a chip on her shoulder than normal.
Look at this move. Kicks the face, toss him off.
Well, and referee Jonah Hill has got to be careful, because these ladies aren't going to hesitate to hit the referee either. But a big kick to the outside, and Wonder Woman getting a little big for her britches here, as if she wore them. as Padme Amidala, with, of course, that deadly Anakin device, the Amidala Slam. Wonder Woman with that big Amazonian leg drop that has won her a number of matchups. And now just slamming Padme's face into the steel steps. And it's clear that Wonder Woman is going to use any tactic necessary to win back that women's championship.
Somebody's man.
As Wonder Woman, of course, looking to do this. And, of course, Batman, we forget, in that title matchup, Batman did run interference in a very surprising appearance from Batman, but that distraction did help Wonder Woman a little bit, but inevitably ended up being her undoing, and a big boot to the face.
Wow.
So you have to wonder if Wonder Woman is not necessarily that upset that she does not have Batman coming in to try and help her retain the belt or win it back. But Padme Amidala, you've seen her to be a gnarly scrapper, and while I would love for there to be more NDAs about what goes on with you in the women's locker room and your investigative journalism, I heard you also talk to both of these ladies before this matchup. What'd they say about going into this matchup, and what is the stakes. And oh no! And an atomic drop to Jonah Hill. And Jonah giving her the business. Cover from Wonder Woman 1. 2 new champ, only 2.
I mean, I was going to say things, but things that I were going to say cannot be said. So therefore, it was a great time. So we just know that everybody winning and champions are good for having. And man, gotta love the ladies.
Well, yeah, but you cannot love an octopus, an abdominal stretch onto Jonah Hill. Now trying to capitalize on the referee being down and a big boot. And now, God.
She was real mad in the locker room. So
wait a second. Come on. Oh, come on. And now a chair. We saw Mario use this last night. And a chair shot.
Wow.
And the tactics of DC coming in and prevailing as always. But Wonder Woman has to get Padme back into the ring. Because otherwise, Wonder Woman cannot win the title on a countout. She can't win it on a disqualification. Has to be a pin or submission.
And a sub.
And well, that's a submission. And oh God, what a neck breaker onto the steel chair, but I think it hit both of them.
Wowza. Wowza dowza.
As Padme clearly dazed from that chair shot from Wonder Woman. Done while the referee was down.
Well, if Wonder Woman wins, you get this jar of water. It's a jar of water. I don't know what water. It's water.
Is this from her invisible spaceship? So whatever's in the jar is invisible, but it looks like water. I'm afraid to know what that is. Oh, a nice jab there from Padme.
I don't know what it is. So there it is. That. And then if Padme wins, we get What do you mean that we don't get anything? What is with these gypsy everyone?
Padme also has kids. Padme's a mom. I mean, she kind of died of sadness. An Anakin device on the outside, though.
Wow.
As Wonder Woman's legs all tied up, and it's smart of Padme to go after those legs. That was a big strategy she utilized.
Those legs are powerful.
Well, and of course that Amazonian leg drop is a match ender. And if you can't get the legs up and down, then you eliminate that big vertical base and that height advantage. That greatly benefited Padme in the last go-round. A similar strategy likely to be used here with a sleeper hold.
Sleeper? Who's sleeping? Nobody's been sleeping tonight. It's celebration.
Well, Padme might be trying to get Wonder Woman to fall asleep, pass out for an easy pin.
Good luck. There's no easy pin in that one. Wait a minute.
Well, that is certainly an opinion expressed specifically and only by Abizzle and does not represent CIW or its affiliates. And why we've had to have 2 disclaimers in 2 weeks is a different story for a different time. But right now, another Anakin device on the Wonder Woman. No, that's literally. And went for a flipper punch to Padme and now got it. As Padme trying to trade some strikes with Wonder Woman here, referee Jonah Hill, who is now very much in need of your likes after that abdominal stretch. I'm sure that hurt him.
Like, subscribe. If you laugh, you like and subscribe.
And nobody understands the stretch of the abdominal quite like Jonah Hill. As he has repeatedly had to gain and lose weight for the love of the CIW fans. And 3 punches to the back from from Wonder Woman.
Get him.
Now Wonder Woman. Oh, come on! And Wonder Woman now choking a throat of Padme and going to every length, maximizing on Jonah Hill's count. 3 and 4, and he only has 5 before she's disqualified.
Wowza.
But that's the desperation that Wonder Woman has to regain this championship. You can only imagine what the Joker said to her before this matchup, what the pressure was there. Batman already lost, and we have the Riddler and Aquaman in the tag team main event tomorrow night, and then the Joker, of course, in the main event of day 4 for the title consolidation, heavyweight champion versus CIW champion. And now there's a table. Now there's a table exposed. And I don't like this at all, AB. I don't like this one bit.
Tables.
And now, here we go. And I do like the bonuses that come from broken tables, but it usually means broken bodies. As Padme now has got Wonder Woman up on this table. And hopefully that we can get a little more sanity and then get back to the ring and finish this matchup here. Oh, wait a second. Another abdominal stretch. Referees count up to 5.
Wow.
Padme, or now Wonder Woman getting back in and breaking up the count, resetting the referee's count up to 1. Now trying to trip her up while she's on that table. As this could, and now finally both of them getting off of the table.
Okay.
As now this, wait a minute, now they're coming over. Hey, watch it. Oh, God. Oh, jeez. Oh, God. I had granola bars all over this table. I didn't have a chance to eat it yet, but I was really looking forward to that. I had these oatmeal cookies that my grandmother made, and
oh, my God.
And now they're all over the floor, and the referees, and the count up to 6, and once again breaking up the count is Wonder Woman, very conscious of the count. Oh, God, not here. Not on this table. Not right here in front of us. Wonder Woman pulling out all the stops up to the top of Padme on the table. Go, jeez.
Oh, man, nice. It's tight.
And the elbow dropped through the table as my headset was pushed clean off of my body. Now I had to go and pick it up. Thankfully, it's still working here. As wait a second. What is Wonder Woman doing?
Come on now.
They're just pushing her to the other table.
Yep.
And again breaking up the referee's count.
Amazing.
As Wonder Woman, well, you can't deny she is a smart wrestler. She has always been a smart wrestler. It's why she beat Yuna. You know, and it's not that Wonder Woman doesn't have the credentials. It made it just confusing why she decided to just let other people help her win her battles when she was more than capable herself.
Yeah.
And Padme now trying to work her way back into the middle of the ring where she was having some good quality advantage there for a while. Now back into the ring, but we've already gotten the bonus from our table, which is a pile of rubble at our feet. Pullover pile driver from Padme, though. But what condition must Padme be in here after the chair shot and going through our announce table?
Yeah, not too good.
Not too good at all. As Padme's championship here is in jeopardy in her first title defense against the woman she beat for that belt at Revelation. Here in your main event of WrestleBration Day 2, the second of our 4-day anniversary spectacular.
Sir.
As Day 2, of course, airing at 9 p.m. Eastern Time both tomorrow and the night after that, February 4th, the day itself we launched. Back February 4th, 2014. Here we are at 11 years, February 4th, 2025. What a ride it's been, but there's so much more to come. And what a jaw jacker!
Whoa!
Padme hit a big jaw jacker, and that could do it here. And now just the kicks, the big kicks from Padme now working on those legs, starting to mount up a little bit of a comeback here, despite the pain she's feeling. But if anyone understands pain, and a low blow. I was going to say, if anyone understands pain, it's the wife of Anakin Skywalker.
Damn.
And now just counter from Padme, who is still in this matchup. The 4th women's champion in history in CIW, Padme Amidala, facing the 3rd. And now some meat wallet mutilation as Padme clearly pulling the gloves off herself.
Oh, man, it's about sending a message, folks.
Well, I think
the message being sent.
Well, I don't know if Padme has a choice anymore right now. You know, she's taken a lot of punishment, and Wonder Woman has made it clear that she's going to take any tactic necessary to win this match. Padme now has to match that energy if she wants to retain that belt that she won just a few months ago. And now count just these punches back and forth, AB. This match is pretty damn intense.
They're relentless. They're battling it out. Dukes.
Yeah, Dukes. And there's both Dukes and Hazard.
Hell yeah.
But nobody named Daisy in CIW's women's division as of yet. As of yet. And now Padme just raining down punches onto Wonder Woman has really stopped tolerating all of the battering that Wonder Woman was giving to her all matchup as the champion showing a little fire.
Shimmalama-ding-dong.
As I couldn't have said it better myself, my friend. As the words and phrases here in this main event, that's the non-stop excitement of Colonial Impact Wrestling right there manifested.
It is WrestleBration.
It's the WrestleBration, ladies and gentlemen. Your main event of Day 2 here in this women's championship matchup. Oh, what a kick. What a kick, as both of these women have to be exhausted. Oh, what is Wonder Woman planning here? And now a big snake eyes to Padme. Right on that turnbuckle. And just all of those strikes back and forth. Oh, wait a second. Hey, Amidala slam! Amidala slam right in the middle of the ring out of nowhere. Padme with the cover. Could be over 1 to retain. 3. Padme Amidala digs deep and pulls an Amidala slam out of nowhere to retain her women's championship. What a contest between these two women right down the middle. Your thoughts, AB?
Wowza, wowza, what a match, man. Those ladies are something else.
They sure are. Padme endured steel steps, a chair shot, a elbow drop through our announce table, and somehow, at the 11th hour, pulls off the victory at our 11th anniversary Wrestle-Bration. A great win by Padme. Thank you all for coming. We'll see you tomorrow for day 3.